Well, looks like Proud Boy Joe Biggs received 17 years in the sedition conspiracy case. Watch this video, and I'll be right back.
Now from Washington, from the courthouse, where a judge has just sentenced members of the far-right group, the Proud Boys, after their conviction on seditious conspiracy charges related to the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. NBC News Justice reporter Ryan Riley is outside the courthouse. What have you got?
Hey there. Joe Biggs has been sentenced to 17 years in federal prison. That's the second longest sentence of any January 6th defendant. It's a significant downward departure from the range that the judge had determined in this case, which had been 27 to 33 years. Federal prosecutors had requested 33 years in federal prison for Joe Biggs, saying that he was a leader of this violent attack on the U.S. Capitol, showing images of him with a bullhorn leading the mob towards the Capitol. Joe Biggs ultimately made it onto the floor, was in the gallery of the U.S. Senate during the attack, and subsequently celebrated this, saying that January 6th was a day that would live in infamy. Joe Biggs spoke before his sentencing, asking the judge to show mercy on him, crying, talking about his daughter and his desire to still continue to play a part in his daughter's life, saying that his daughter had been molested and that he wants to be there for her, to be able to pick her up from school. But ultimately, that probably isn't in the cards for Joe Biggs, because that's 17 years in federal prison. So short of what federal prosecutors had wanted here, but still a significant amount of time behind bars, even with credit for time served, as well as good time. That's still going to leave him with more than a decade to go in federal prison. His release date would roughly be calculated somewhere in the mid-2030s. So Joe Biggs is going to be going away for a long time.
Now, this face should be very recognizable for a lot of us who have watched that documentary, A Storm Foretold. Him and Roger Stone's were bestie. They talked a lot. He was all up in Roger Stone's hotel room and house and shit. He got 17 years. Now, these people, like I said, were all up in Roger Stone's house, planning the coup. So the fact that Roger Stone has not gotten indicted yet, something doesn't smell right. I feel like that man flipped. I really do. And if he flipped, there's going to be a lot of people in trouble. A lot of people. Well, they fucked around and found out. Enrique, the other one, his sentencing is on Tuesday because the judge was sick for his sentencing the other day. So he's going to get sentenced on Tuesday. Fuck around and find out. I can't believe these people really thought they were going to overthrow the United States government.